Okay, everyone, I am with the star of the show, as you can see, of If Then, Stephanie Janito herself, who plays Elizabeth. Pleasure to meet you.
You as well.
Now, you're not from San Antonio, correct?
No, ma'am. I am visiting from Manhattan, New York City.
That's awesome. So you haven't been to San Antonio yet?
Not yet. No.
Do you like tacos and Topo Chico and all that jazz?
I'm living for it. Yeah.
Your perspective and your expertise, an explanation of what If Then is all about.
Sure thing. So Elizabeth is a woman who just got out of a super, super long, serious relationship, and she decides to move to Manhattan to start over. And the play begins where she is at a crossroads of whether or not she's going to make one choice or another. And the play follows those two choices, and it kind of flip-flops back and forth to see, you know, what would happen if she had chosen this, and what would have happened if she had chosen that.
Have you ever experienced a time where you've had a fresh start in your life?
Of course. Actually, when I moved to the city, that was a huge change. It was a huge starting over. I graduated with a degree in theater and a degree in public relations. And so when I first moved to the city, I actually started doing PR for a few years. And then after that, I was like, you know what? It's time to start over. I'm gonna really start and focusing on acting. So. Really, you start over every day.
Okay, so explain to us the differences between Liz and Beth for someone who hasn't seen If Then.
Sure thing. So Beth makes her choice so that she has this amazing career in city government. She is very career oriented, and she is solely focused on her success at her job as being an urban developer and a city planner. Liz, she is looking for a fresh start and a new relationship. She's looking for Liz. Is more about relationships. She fosters this really amazing friendship with one of her neighbors, and she then meets this guy, and the whole story with Liz is that how their relationship grows. But
that's you. So you basically play two characters, essentially. Same person.
Yeah. So what's really interesting is that I am playing one person, but two different aspects of what one would focus on. And what's really interesting, but also like a super fun challenge, is that there are so many facets of, you know, humanity that we live day to day. And it's very interesting to try and find the dichotomy between Liz and Beth, and what kind of makes them similar, but also what makes them different.
True, 100%. And I feel like it's crazy how the smallest decisions and even the biggest decisions play such a part in our life role and existence and story. Yeah. You know, it's the little things and the big things that count, which is what your character essentially goes through. Mm-hmm. Do you identify with Liz or Beth over the other, or are they just your homegirl either way?
I really kind of... Liz and Beth together kind of resonate with me. I like Elizabeth, I think as an entirety, because, you know, there are some times that I'm super focused on career and, you know, getting out there, doing auditions. And then there's also times that I want to, you know, have real connections and foster relationships with friends and family. So, yeah. And
both are essentially so important, and both are equally possible to do all in one.
Of course. Yeah. And that's what makes I guess the end of the story so interesting. So you'll have to stay tuned.
Opening number is called What If, and personally it's like such a fun, inspiring song at the very beginning, and so you get so excited about the story that's to come. And it's about the what ifs in life. And I'm curious, if you are sitting on a what if right now, what if you could go this way? What if you didn't do that, didn't meet this person, kind of thing?
Of course. So living as an actor in New York City is kind of like a day-to-day what if. Yeah. And sometimes it's more of the anxiety of what if, because, you know, you kind of live life in flux, living from audition to audition, job to job. So it's always kind of like a game of like, oh, you know, what if this happened? What's interesting is that that kind of anxious neuroses that Elizabeth kind of feels in that opening number, we take it in two different positive directions of like, this could happen, this can happen. And really, in the end, like, we're all just here on this crazy journey we call life and living it.
And it's important to just, in this journey together, to spread positivity and kindness and love.
And live in the now, you know, like that's kind of what I feel like the ending message kind of culminates to is that, you know, you can spend your life worrying, but worrying just means you got to suffer twice.
You guys need to come out and see Stephanie while she's here in town, this New Yorker, this Broadway star who plays Elizabeth, and If Then, all the way till April 8th. So don't miss her. Come by and see it.
Hello. I was going downstairs. I was just coming to see how far you were. Somebody smells really nice.
It's her.
You smell lovely.
Thank